You know, when you just like have all day to record and then you decide that you want to record at night. Great timing, me. Hey guys, hope you're all amazing, and if you are not, I hope my video puts a smile on your beautiful faces and makes you laugh. Finally, you're gonna be talking about some new anime, because for those that are new to the channel or that have been here long enough on my channel, that old anime has a very special place with me. I love old anime, I love 90s, I love 80s. It's my jam. But recently I thought about, I really want to mix it up on the channel. So in terms of when I talk about anime series from now on, which, you know what, if you guys want to call it reviews, you can. If you want to call them rambles, you can. But basically there are so many shows that for the longest time now, I feel like a lot of YouTubers say that, but it's very true. There are series like this one we're going to be talking about, and old series like, for me, there's like Karen, there's Say I Love You, and there's new ones that I've seen like SSS Gridman. Those are just some examples of how many series that I really want to talk about on the channel, and I just haven't. So I wanted to mix it up with anime series when I talk about them. I'll cover, one will be a new anime, and then the next video will be old, new, old. So I'm going to do it's going to be alternative cycle. So that way, and then I'm not always talking about new anime. So let me know if down below you like that idea, because I like that idea, and that's what I'm going to do. I decided I hadn't talked about an anime series since the story of Sayun Koki, which was about a month ago, so I'm feeling I've really got to bump it up with talking about anime series, the same as manga. But finally, I'm covering my very first Yuri on this channel. I love the yaoi and Yuri genre. I have not seen or read a lot of Yuri and yaoi, but that is changing drastically. Last year was a great year for the Yuri genre, I feel. But last year we had Citrus, which I have seen Citrus, and eventually I'll get to talking about that in a video because I do want to. But then there was another one that really a lot of people fell in love with, and I'm one of those people, and that is Bloom Into You, which the name just sounds so sweet. So sweet when you hear it, and I was really excited for this. I was excited for the Yuri genre and all the Yuri fans as well. I just know the Yuri community that I noticed like on Twitter and stuff and forums. You know, Bloom Into You got a massive great response, and this is 13 episodes long, and it is by the studio, because I'm gonna say it wrong, have it get on my notes, is Troyac. Now Troyac, this studio has been around since 2015, and they've not done a lot of shows. Bloom Into You is probably their 5th show that they've done. They have a 6th one that's going to air sometime this year. You might know them for doing Recreators, which I've not seen yet, original anime, yes. And also Idolish 7, the boy singing series, which I do want to see because that looks really happy, joyous time. I love Troyac's animation style. I think it's just bright and colourful. The story of Bloom Into You is about a girl named Yu who loves reading a bunch of shoujo manga, you know, wants the shoujo, you know, confession, you know, she loves all that. Sounds like me, or any shoujo fan. But underneath it all, Yu has no clue when it comes to love. She's never experienced that fluttering feeling you get when you know, fall in love, you like somebody. And that's when she meets student council president Nanami. Nanami approaches her saying that she's fallen in love with Yu, because the two have so much similarities in terms of how they see love and how that they both never fallen in love with anybody. And Nanami tells Yu that, oh, I could potentially fall in love with you, and she does fall in love with her. And the show focuses on these two exploring love at a gradual pace. You know, for 13 episodes, I have no idea what was to expect in this series, because In terms of Yuri, as people know, similar to in boys love and in yaoi, those genres are never have been reflected upon well in Japanese media, because, you know, there's all the rape scenes, there's the assault scenes, you know, I'm going to take you now against your will kind of thing. And, you know, it's hard to find, I feel, series that are shown in a good, positive light. Well, Bloom Into You was like a blossom in disguise to the genre of the Yuri, because the series didn't just focus on Yu and Naname's growing bond, I'm going to call it, not relationship yet, but their growing bond. It focused on other side characters as well and their own sexual identity issues as well. They're all dealing with their own thing, and I loved it. I loved that it wasn't just focusing on Yu and Nanami, that it was focusing on the other characters. For example, we have Yu's teacher, Riko, is in a relationship with another woman, which is the cafe owner. That was a complete surprise, and it was really sweet. And also we have Nanami's best friend, Sakaya, who is in love with Nanami as well. You know, Sakaya has her own dealings in terms of with love. You know, for her, is it normal? Is it wrong to fall in love with girls? And she deals with that on her own. I liked that there was these little other focuses in the series. Even the young boy who, you know, catches Yu and Nanami in the act, or I think it was when Nanami kisses Yu, and, you know, he keeps a secret and says that he's very similar as well. You know, he's never felt that spark feeling. I loved that there was these different sexuality ideas explored and not just focusing on Nanami and Yu. But getting to Nanami and Yu, two peas in a pod. I just loved that there was none of this, you know, the usual tropes that we see in like Yuri, boys love, yaoi. It was just so innocent. It was raw, it was real, it was relatable, shown in a perspective that is so deep to the core. Yu's and Nanami's characters were explored extremely well, I felt, especially from the perspective of Nanami, you know, dealing with something that happened in her life that has affected her to not be herself. She has an identity crisis, and I'm not going to spoil that part of the series, I'm not. It really affected her that she was being somebody that she wasn't, and also that she was lost in herself, that she also didn't really know who she's supposed to be, this person that she wants to be, or because, you know, she thought that so many different people saw her in a different way, and she didn't know how to act. And of course, Yu is the one that sees all these different sides of Nanami, and Nanami had no self-reassurance about herself. And, you know, sometimes it takes a person to tell you, you know, the good qualities about you and what makes you you. And it's good that Nanami was able to, like, feel comfortable around Yu, because I think for Nanami, you know, she felt like she could let down her walls a little bit. And because, you know, both were so similar in the relation of that they've never really fallen in love with anyone. They've never felt that, you know, as I said before, that spark, you know, when you like somebody, that, you know, butterflies in the tummy kind of sensation. And, you know, obviously this side of the bond was more on for Yu as well. You know, Yu is this really, I saw as this lost little mouse. They didn't know how she was supposed to act. There was a lot of detailed thoughtfulness that had gone into the process of how, you know, you approach certain situations involving Nanami. You know, was she supposed to do this? Was she supposed to do that? Yu, I felt the most conflicting about love itself, and that there were these particular scenes where like the animation coloring would change. That really added to the whole depth of the scene. Like, you know, got real raw in there, and the change of animation to these scenes involving Yu's deep, thoughtful thinking was really impactful. I just loved that Yu and Nanami were able to just coast along through their bond, realizing their feelings. But in terms of how the series ended, we're going to be in for a season 2, hopefully. Because of how it ended, I did feel left wanting more and a little bit half satisfied, half dissatisfied. I don't want to spoil it, I don't. Because this did not end how I thought it was going to. But you know what? I think it ended on a fitting note, that nothing was forced. That's all I'm going to say. Bloom Into You did a exceptional job in my eyes of covering about love from a girl's perspective. Somebody will relate to this, that if they have felt that it is, oh, is it weird that I've never felt that, you know, special feeling about somebody. This is one of the things I love about anime, that there's just the billions of these little gems in a massive treasure chest, and there's always going to be one that you find that you just relate to so much. And you know, anime continues to amaze me in what it can explore in, you know, in the themes of love in particular. I feel like an anime has nearly covered for me every aspect of love it can, and this was definitely an aspect of love that I feel it hadn't been covered at all for somebody who's never felt that special feeling. You know, is it weird? And, you know, the process of what somebody like that goes through, and gradually, you know, comes to the realization of, are they really feeling it about this so-called person that's interested in them? And just the thought process. I just loved seeing Yu's thought process towards this. And of course for Nanami as well. But it was just so great. Two girls in this growing bond that was so real, so raw. They were both similar, and it was so relatable. No silly shenanigan tropes we're used to in these particular genres was thrown in there. There was probably like one scene where I thought it was going to go there, but then it didn't, so which is good. And the Yuri genre really needed this. You know, just Bloom Into You stands out more than any other Yuri series I have ever seen so far. And you know what? It was a joy to watch each week. It's definitely a series I could zone out to. And I loved the opening theme. Just the visuals for it, the lyrics. At first I didn't like it, but then after a while it got stuck in my head and realized this is actually a really beautiful tune to go with the theme of this series. So if you have not seen Bloom Into You, you can watch it on HIDIVE. Recommend watching it in the dub, because the dub is so good. Yu is played by Tia Ballard, but then my favourite is played by Nanami, which is Lucy Christian. I was so happy to see her participating in a new anime. Lucy Christian is my favourite female voice actor. She's done the voice of Kaname from Full Metal Panic, and I think she's a beautiful human being. I truly do. So the dub is so sweet. It is so sweet. It really brings the sweet factor to the atmosphere of this series. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Bloom Into You. Feel free to comment down below what your thoughts were on Bloom Into You, and you guys are welcome to recommend me any Yuri anime that I can watch, because I'll always add to my list, always. And I hope you enjoyed hearing me ramble, and you can look forward to more videos like this where next time I'll be covering an old series. Don't know what yet, but I always will leave it for a surprise. So from now on, as I said at the beginning of this video, I'm going to have alternating anime series. So, you know, it's going to go new, old, new, old. All the links are down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye for now.